Hey everybody, this is Tom Lehman, the author of Level Par. I had a pretty interesting night tonight. I went and read a chapter from Level Par at the Duxbury Writers Society. It was a group of people who were either poets or writers who've been published, who are working to get published, and they all came together to read works of their literature or poems or kind of whatever they put together. And I met this group in July of last year, and I went to their big event in July in the summer, and I had an opportunity to read from Level Par, and I didn't do it. And it was just one of those things where I kind of made up the excuse that I wasn't sure if my publisher wanted me to read my work in front of a group of people. I wasn't sure what the process was, but at the end of the day, I was scared. I was scared to put myself out there like that. And so Danny, from the leader of the group, reached out to me a little bit earlier this week, and she said, "Hey, I've been following your journey, and that we do have another open mic night coming up." And I said, "Sure, I'll come." And I was ready to show up and read. And I remember pulling in tonight and kind of having all the same feelings that Jake Stedman does in the book, and wanting to be anywhere but in that parking lot. Just like Jake wanted to be anywhere but on that tee box with a chance to, make it to the next round of U.S. Open qualifying. And I almost didn't go in. I almost didn't, take the opportunity to meet a whole new group of people and put Level Par out in front of them, just because I was a little bit anxious and I was a little bit scared, and I wasn't sure if people were going to accept the words that I was putting out there, whether they were going to like them or not. But I took a deep breath and I kind of said to myself, you know what? No, you're ready for this. This is exactly what you want to do. And so I went in, met some folks. I was the last one on the list, so I got a chance to hear everybody's, new work that they were working on. And I'm pretty sure they all felt the same nervous, anxious energy that I did. And when I got up there, it was fine. I survived. Are there things that I want to do better next time and continue to hone this craft of talking about the story in front of a group of people that I do not know? Yes, absolutely. I think we can get better at whatever we're doing, however we want to do it. But the fact that I went up and did it was the most important part. And that kind of is what Jake Stedman's story is all about. He wanted to be anywhere but on that 18th tee once he realized that he was in contention. And the game of golf will bring that out of you, that anxiety, that fear, that unknowingness. And because it was a moment that Jake had never been in before, not to that magnitude. And I'm not equating, being on the final hole of U.S. Open local qualifier with going up and reading in front of 20 people at the Duxbury Writers Society. But all those same things kind of come into your mind, like, ooh, what if they don't like this? How am I going to open up what I say to people? Do I crack a joke? Do I read something? And then I just started looking at the book in my hand, and I just said, the words are right there. Pick which chapter you want to read. Read the back of the book so you can explain it. Even if you don't feel super comfortable right now, you have the words. The words are here. They are published. You have a book. Go do it. And it was fine. I had a great time. I had such a good time that I wanted to come on and talk about it with all of you. And so I think it's a great lesson, but also I love the community aspect of what the Writers Society brings together. You have people from all walks of life, from different points of view, from just different parts of wherever they are in their writing journey and what they're writing about. And you just hear the creativity come out of people. And that's what that community is all about. It's a community that's going to lift you up and bring you together. And, if I think about what Jake Stedman was going through in his book, and in the book, was that he didn't have a community to rely on. He didn't have anyone to rely on. And he almost ended it because he didn't feel like there was anyone who gave a shit that he was alive, dead, or indifferent. And once he started to look at the world a little bit differently, once he started to think a little bit differently, once he started to see that there were people out there who were willing to help him, from his golf coach to Jonesy's wife as she changes her tune on who he is and who he is as a person. And all of these people start coming together to build a community around Jake, and he had to do the work, but he needed these other people to kind of, push him and steer him in the right direction. And that's what, when you step outside your comfort zone and you do things that you're not usually doing, that is what happens. And it's a beautiful thing. And really the main lesson that I wanted to get on here and talk about is that, like, yes, you're going to have those moments in your day, in your life, where you just don't want to do the thing that is staring you right in front of the face. It's okay to have the feelings that you don't want to do it, but it's also not okay to not do it. You got to go after something if you want it. And that's just the way that you have to attack it to be successful. There's nothing sexy about it. You just show up and you do it. You do the work. You do the best you can. And if it's good enough, make sure it's good enough for you. And so, that I think a lot about this quest, I guess you want to call it, that I'm currently on, and the journey that I'm trying to kind of do and to bring this thing to life, because I believe so much in this story that I hope others feel the same way. And that to me is worth trying to get out in front of people and show it to them and let them digest it and let them feel something from it. It's not just a golf story. It's a story about being a human being. And, I really hope that you pick it up. The audiobook is coming out hopefully in the next couple of days. Please like and subscribe on YouTube, on Spotify, and please give me a follow on Instagram. If you have any questions, please reach out to me directly. Just when you don't want to do something and you're a little scared, jump at it and do it anyways. All right. I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.